Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special episode of Camino Talks. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with no one but two of Spain's finest athletes. We have Paul McGrath and Laura García-Caro Lorenzo. Can you say hi, guys?
Hi.
Both of them are elite race walkers,
Hi.
and they represented Spain on a global stage. Race walking is a discipline that combines extraordinary physical endurance with precise technical skill. And today, we're exploring their stories, how they got there, what keeps them going. Paul, Laura, thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Mhm. Mhm. So happy to be here today with you.
First of all, I want to ask
Okay.
hello.
Hello? This
Hi.
hello?
Say internet?
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
I think the internet went.
Hi. I was asking you,
Okay,
what role
sorry.
did walk... Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry?
Yeah.
Can you?
I cannot see Laura now.
I think now it is working.
So, what role did walking play in your life when you were growing up?
Well, it played a very big role in my life. I went, I walked to school. I walked to the athletics track stadium. All my family, we went to walking trips around my city near Barcelona. So it was very important since I was a child.
Mhm.
And what about you, Laura?
Also for me, yeah, because I'm from Huelva, the south of Spain in Andalusia. And I don't have mountains very close to Huelva, but we have a very long beach in all the province. So we have been walking around the beach and playing with my brother and my family the whole life. So since we were very child, we have been walking and all along the beach and before starting to do athletics, that we are going to talk about it later. And it is a way to connect with family and also with nature. And I think it's different from hiking mountains, but it is also a way to be very active.
And how did you get into competitive race walking? What inspired you?
Or Paul.
So
Whoever wants to talk.
you start, Laura.
Paul.
Okay.
Okay. So starting doing athletics, I think it's a little later. Yeah.
Go ahead, Laura.
I started doing athletics because of my brother, who was already doing it. We both like to watch walking on television, and we followed the great walkers that we have always had in Spain. So we started to do doing the whole disciplines in athletics, and then I started to walk. I have seen Maria Vasco, Beatriz Pascual, and the rest of the athletes that walked in Spain, and I started to do it in Huelva. And I went to Andalusian competitions, then Spanish competition, and when I was 12 years old, I just doing race walking. So yes, in Spain we had a lot of events and training camps that promote race walking, and that was a way to initiate and to be more in contact with walking than in other disciplines.
And what about you, Paul?
So So I started doing football and basketball, handball, and I just wanted to try other sports. So I thought that athletics, because I was fast runner, would be a good sport for me. So I started athletics when I was 7 years old, so quite young. And the great thing about athletics is that there is a lot of discipline. So it's not only running, so you can throw, you can jump, you can sprint, and you can walk. So I started doing different competitions about, doing pole vault, high jump, 100 meters, sprint, but I was good enough to qualify for some small championships, but I wasn't winning. And when I was little, I was very, very competitive, and I wanted to get medal, wanted to get on the podium. So I wanted to do all the disciplines and see what was my best result. And so I did first competition of race walk. I came fifth, so I was very pleased. I'm very excited to get fifth, and I decided, okay, if I train a little bit, I can do better. So next year, when I was about 10 years old, 11 years old, I trained a little bit, so I won my Catalan national championships. So I was, wow, this is amazing. And it was my first like gold medal and it was the best of Catalonia under 12. So I decided, okay, I just want to do race walk. I don't care about the other disciplines. And then I just started doing race walk every week and almost every day since I was 11, 12 years old. And since then, I've just been focused on race walk.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice story. So you just wanted to win, and that was the choice. And since you tried different things, what are the different skills that are required for race walking compared to other type of races and other disciplines?
So the biggest thing is the endurance. So now we're doing 20 kilometers and 35 kilometers. So it's like long. So you need a lot of endurance. 35 kilometers more than 2 hours and a half. So need endurance and mental strength, because it's not only the competition that is tough. Also, a lot of the training is very tough, and you have to train every day and do a lot of long sessions. So mental strength, and then it's a lot of sacrifice. But you can see a lot of these things in another sports. Just in a race, it's more about endurance.
It's
And
actually something that the Camino
Yeah.
walkers mentioned too, mental challenges for covering long distance. So you have that in similarity. What would you say, Laura, are the main difference from
Yeah,
race walking compared to other types?
I think it's very similar to marathon races, but I would like to say that there are some muscles that we use more in race walking than running. For example, hamstrings and tibials. I think that we use more than in running. That you use like the opposite muscles the most. You always use every muscles, but we use hamstrings and tibials more, and we have to also have a good hip mobility in brisk walking. So I think that apart from all the psychological skills that you have to have, you also have to train in these parts of the body, the muscles, the hamstrings and tibials, I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, no problem. And Laura, competing at the Olympics is a dream for many. Can you please talk a bit? How was that experience?
Oh, so Paris, that I went with Paul and the rest of the Spanish team, were the most amazing experience that I have had in my entire life. And I think in my career, I have been for many years now practicing race walking, but and this was my second Olympics, but my first was in Tokyo, and we had the pandemic. We had a lot of restriction there, so it was really weird to compete there. We had to train for Tokyo with a lot of worries because we couldn't get the COVID before the competition, and it was a little stressful. So now in Paris we have had a really amazing experience, and as Paris it's really close to Spain. A lot of friends came to cheering up and to see the Olympics, and our families were there, so it was very special for us to compete in Paris, and it was very worth it. It made me very happy to feel that the feeling with everyone who came to visit us, to see us. And Spain won 3 medals in race walking with Maria and Alvaro. So it was a success for everyone. And for me, it was also the best result in my career in 20 kilometers. So it was fantastic.
I can only
we enjoyed
imagine
very
the
much.
celebrations afterwards. Paul, how was going to the Olympics?
So it was a dream come true for me. Since I started doing athletics, I was always watching every 4 years Olympic Games and World Championships, and I was a very big fan not only of the athletics but the entire Olympics, so swimming, basketball, almost all the sports. So when this year I classified for the Olympic Games, it was just wow, that's unbelievable. I wasn't thinking, it was my biggest achievement since I've been race walking, and I didn't think it was achievable because it's very difficult to qualify for the Olympics. So just being there next to that Eiffel Tower, with hundreds of people cheering for me, family, friends, it was just amazing, and it's the biggest thing I've done for sure.
And what are your next steps, pun intended, on your racing career? What do you want to achieve in the next 4 years?
So in the next 4 years, Laura and I will have 2 World Championships and 2 European Championships. So, and of course, the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. So in my case, I want to be in the World Championships, do a very good result in Tokyo and in Beijing 2020. So in next September and in 2027 in Beijing, and let's see if we can. Well, if I can just beat my personal best, and I can go and beat the best walkers in the world.
We will be following your careers. Laura, what are your goals for this next years?
So I would like to be an Olympian for the 3rd time in LA, of course, but I'm at my peak performance, or I would like to make the most of it. But you never know how it's going to go, and I hope the injuries will be okay. This year we have the World Championship, as Paul said, in Tokyo. I'm looking forward to returning to the country that were my first Olympic Games. I think that to be able to do with a whole career with 3 Olympic Games will be a dream come true for me. And it's a privilege to be able to do what do you like the most as your work everyday routine. For me, I would like to make the most of this situation. I think we both have in an age that it's the best for performance. So we have to to enjoy it and try to get the best result as possible.
And about that enjoying part, so I know you're both winners and you want to keep winning for the next 4 years, but why is long distance walking so beneficial for your physical and mental health? What makes it special?
Go ahead, Laura.
I think there are many benefits in sport in general, but even more in race walking, because I think it's very tough, also mentally. Being a long distance race in general, it brings, I think, very discipline. It makes you be very constant in your daily routine. And you have to cope with difficult moments in training and competitions, and you have to spend a lot of time alone with yourself, with your suffering. And I think it makes you feel, help you regulate your feelings, your mood. I think it's a way to be in good shape, also in mental. You know what I mean? It's also a way to clear our heads, to regulate our moods. You have to do an effort to make an effort to try to get better every day, even though your feelings, or it doesn't matter how you feel, but you have to do your trainings, and it is a way to be in contact with your feelings, but try to get better every single day. So you have to be very disciplined and try to regulate yourself in your mind too.
So I think as race walking quite be very competitive, but walking is not competitive, and it's very similar to race walking. The best thing I see as like long distance walking without being competitive is just you're injury free. You won't get injury. It's and 99% of the population can walk. So it's a fantastic thing to do, and you can just discover new places, magnificent like in the Camino experiences. So I think it's just a beautiful thing to do.
And now I want to ask you about the Camino de Santiago.
I think, and you can also
Laura
do
walk it.
on your own. Oh yeah.
Sorry, Laura?
Yes. I think that for Camino, for walkers, I think that you can do on your own, alone, or with people, and it's a way to socialize and to make friends. So I think that you can take ways. So and it fits to do on your own, or to do with a lot of people, or you can do it also alone and make friends around the way. So I think that also have a lot of benefits for walkers.
I know you walked the Camino. How was your experience on the Camino?
So I walked the Camino 6 summers ago, and it was a unique experience that gave me a lot. I did it alone. It was the Portuguese way. I walked it for a week. I met many people, and it was surprising, but there was no Spanish people walking the Portuguese Camino. I went to the hostel, and okay, there were no Spanish people. I think that because Oporto is the main starter. Oporto has airport, and everyone from England, even Australian people came here to walk Camino, but a lot of European people. And I think Spanish, we have to promote more Camino here in Spain, because we don't usually do it. And people came from around the world to live this experience that I think it's it's worth it. Yeah, I walk 20 kilometers per day, but I didn't take it as a challenge. I take it because I wanted to enjoy the experience, the nature, even to know better Galicia. There is really beautiful food. There is also very nice. You can meet a lot of people, and I think it's a really worthy adventure. So I highly recommend people to do Camino, to walk Camino. And I think there are thousands of feeling and doing it, and it is highly recommended.
What about you, Paul? Did you walk
I don't
the
know if
Camino?
Paul
Have you ever-
did the Camino.
So funny enough, I've done it twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've done from Sarria to
Mhm.
Santiago, so just the minimum, so you can get
Mhm.
your diploma with my family. That it was a beautiful experience with my parents, sisters, uncles. That was very, very like nice way to do it. And then I've also done a part of the north way, so from San Sebastian to Casturdiales. So
Mhm.
also I think 5 days. So we were doing 23, 22 kilometers per day. And I did it in 2020. So with the pandemic, and it was a way just to escape from all the things that were happening that year. And also it was great doing it with friends. It was and also the north way for me it was just amazing. Going near the coast, seeing the Cantabric Sea, it was truly beautiful.
Thank you for sharing your experiences.
Wow.
And this has been such an insightful conversation. Thank you for your stories, your wisdom, your passion. And you've shown us that walking isn't just a sport, it's something more important for you and for a lot of people. And before we wrap up, where can we follow your journey or support you? Do you have social media channels or any particular way of staying in contact with you? You can share it
Yeah,
with
we
us
have it.
and
We have. Mhm. So in Instagram, and also, yeah, in television, sometimes we have the the most important championship. Mhm.
we'll
Because
stay
in
tuned
September we
for
will
you.
have the championship in. Uh,
We'll be cheering for you guys.
and you can follow
Thank you
us.
so much for being here and inspiring us all. We'll leave you. I know you have to train today, so have a good one and stay tuned. We will follow you and follow us wherever you want. Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you very much. So nice to meet you.